And last but not least, actually adding and subtracting our polynomials is just like combining your like terms. So we can do it horizontally by grouping or vertically by stacking. I'm going to start with horizontal, and then I'll show you vertical. 4x squared plus 4x plus 5x squared plus 5x. Because we're adding, our parentheses mean nothing, so I'm going to get rid of them. 4x squared plus 4x plus 5x squared plus 5x. Parentheses had no impact on this problem. Next, like terms. I have an x squared, and I have an x squared. 4x squared plus 5x squared is 9x squared. And then I have a 4x and a 5x, so I have a 9x. Now, if we're going to stack them vertically, what you're going to do is you're going to take your first thing, 4x squared plus 4x, and you're going to put your second thing underneath with their like terms lined up. My 5x squared plus 5x. In the middle, we are adding, so we're going to add them together. This is just like our warm-up. 4x squared plus 5x squared is 9x squared. 4x plus 5x is positive 9x. Same answer, either way you do it. Finally, for today, we are going to subtract polynomials. And it's very similar to adding, just what we really have to be careful about is this negative sign. When we add things together, parentheses really make no difference. We can get rid of them right away. However, when we subtract, they make a huge difference. And so what we need to do, if we want to rewrite this without parentheses, we have to consider that there's a negative 1 right there, and we have to distribute that negative to each term in its following parentheses set. And so the first set doesn't change. We still are going to have our 2x squared minus x minus 4. The second set of parentheses, though, it's going to become the opposite. So rather than a 3x squared, it's going to become a negative 3x squared. And negative 5x times negative 1 becomes our positive 5x. And our 3 times that negative 1 become a negative 3. So notice, by distributing that negative 1, our signs changed, and we distributed that negative sign. So now we no longer need those parentheses. Next, we're going to combine our like terms, so I'm going to underline things that are similar. So I have my x squareds, my single x's, and my constants, or the numbers. And then I'm going to combine them. 2x squared minus 3x squared is a negative 1x squared. A negative 1x plus 5x is a positive 4x. And negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7. So there would be my solution. And that's how we would do it horizontally. Now, if we want to go about this vertically, what we're going to do is we're going to take our first parenthesis set and put it on top. 2x squared minus x minus 4. Then we're going to take our second set of parentheses and we're going to line it up with like terms in columns. So we have that 3x squared, a negative 5x, and a 3. Now it's subtraction. So when I draw my line out front, I'm going to put a big subtraction sign and a big circle. So I remember each time I'm subtracting, not adding. And so when I go through this, I'm going to think aloud to myself. I'm going to say 2x squared minus 3x squared. Well, that's negative 1x squared. And then I'm going to say negative 1x minus negative 5x. Well, negative 1x minus negative 5x, that's like adding 5x. So it's really just a positive 4x. And then that negative 4 minus 3. Negative 4 minus 3 is our negative 7. And there would be our answer. Both ways get you the same answer. We just have to be very careful about our subtraction sign.